Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving into the bizarre and rapid world of octopus growth.
Yeah, we all know they're smart and can change colors, but their growth, that's the real story.
I mean, they can multiply their body weight by thousands in just a few short years. How? See, you can't just count rings like on a tree. They're soft-bodied, leaving almost no clues. And without a way to tell their age, trying to study their growth is a real headache for researchers. So, scientists basically have two toolkits for this: indirect clues and direct up-close evidence. Indirect methods are quick and cheap, but honestly, they have some big problems when it comes to octopuses. The biggest issue? In octopuses, size just doesn't equal age, so this method can be way off. So to get closer to the real story, you gotta track them one-on-one, either in a lab or out in the wild. But even these methods have their own issues. It's a tough choice between a controlled lab and the real ocean. But even with all these challenges, a really clear pattern has emerged from all this detective work. Turns out they don't grow steadily at all. Their life is basically one huge growth spurt, then a slower one. And this chart really drives it home. Just look at how wildly different these growth curves are for one species. So that explosive first phase is everything. Tiny changes early on can mean huge differences in their final size. So why all this variation? Well, their growth isn't set in stone. It's shaped by a ton of factors. When they're young, it's pretty simple. Warm water and good food equals an explosive start to life. But as they get older, it gets more complicated. Gender matters, and so does the energy it takes to reproduce. And maybe the biggest game changer of all is simply where they live, especially if it's the deep sea. Down in the deep, it's colder, and the food's not as rich, so they just grow way, way slower. Okay, so we've looked at the mystery, the methods, and the factors. What's the big takeaway here? Basically, all that variation isn't just random noise in the data. Researchers now say it is the story. This incredible flexibility is exactly what lets them thrive in all sorts of environments across the globe. So the solution to the mystery is that there isn't one. Every octopus literally writes its own story. It's a huge shift in thinking, from ignoring the differences to using them to learn even more. Which just leaves you wondering, right? If they grow so differently, what other rules are they breaking?